I hope some of the jokes in this review don't bug the crap out of you guys. Hello everyone, it is Briximus Prime, back for another Transformers Legacy Evolution Decepticon Shrapnel. Wait. Hello everyone, it's Briximus Prime, welcome back to another video. And oh yeah, we're back at it again for another Transformers Legacy Evolution action figure video, and today we're looking at Shrapnel, and let's just move on to the freaking packaging. Taking a look at the packaging right here, we got a nice image of Shrapnel in his bug mode right there. It says Legacy Evolution, Shrapnel. He's got a nice face right there with the robot mode right there. And nothing much here going on the side. And then here on the top, we've got the nice barcode revealing for... And when you scan the barcode, takes you to Hasbro's website. Got a nice little GIF there of Shrapnel. And it says here that his name is Shrapnel. He's an Insecticon. He turns into a stag beetle. His origin universe is G1. His function is electronic combat. And he uses his antenna to attract electrical energy to harness lightning and power control through most electrical devices. To Shrapnel, enemy screams and the blasts of battle are the sweetest sounds his battle cry can even hear. And then his strength is a 9, intelligence is a 5, speed is a 4, and firepower is an 8. Authentic Transformers! Evo Fusion! Now that I'm done having my stroke, that is basically it for the packaging. And Shrapnel comes with a nice set of guns here. First off, the best looking gun that he comes with is this silver one. I love the silver paint on it. Kind of has a sound wavy kind of look to its gun, but it's cast out of a purple plastic but painted in silver. And overall, I don't really got too much to say about it. It just looks cool. And then he's got these kind of plain, just pair of regular purple blasters that are very waffly, and these seem a little cheap to me, but hey, it's something, I guess. And as for weapon storage, you can store the silver one here on his back. You can stick one of the guns here on his arm, and then you can stick the other one up his butt. Here's taking a look at all the up-close details on Shrapnel. He looks pretty dang good. I like how accurate to G1 he looks. Also, one little thing that I like is just the painting on this figure in particular. I like the red there for the visor, the silver in the face. And then going from the head down onto the chest, he has this glossy black paint, which really makes him shimmer and shine on the shelf, and I just really love how he looks on the shelf and just in general. He has this gloss and shininess to him that just is really eye-catching and very nice to look at, especially with this yellow right here and that silver underneath with the purple Decepticon logo. And of course, the purple serves as a nice contrast to the black. I also love the design with the giant mandibles here on his shoulders. Very nice looking, and of course, mechanical detail and everything is pretty much perfect right down to the legs. You really have to appreciate how Hasbro goes through all this effort to make an awesome toy of a character who gets his ass kicked most of the time. And some bits of red and everything help break things up, and there's barely any kibble at all. Technically, these mandibles are kibble, but they're kind of part of the character, so no need to complain here. Because complaining is all anyone does nowadays. Going over Shrapnel's posability, he's got a ball joint at the head, which allows for his head to swivel. Sadly, there's no up or down, but at least that's good enough. The mandibles here can shift around, especially to move out of the way for the shoulders to rotate. They can move outward that far. He does get a bicep swivel. Over 90 degrees of bend at the elbow. The wrists don't swivel, they just hinge and out due to transformation. And he has a waist swivel that's really tight. That's what she said. Hips can rotate forward that far, they can rotate back that far, they can move outward all the way. He does get a thigh swivel, 90 degrees of bend at the knee, and then finally his toes can bend a little bit, but he mostly gets some nice ankle pivot in there. So overall, pretty good articulation. The only thing I really could complain about is the lack of wrist swivel or head moving up and down, but again, there's already enough suffering in the world. Let's just move on. And for comparisons, here is Shrapnel compared next to the Transformers Legacy kickback that we previously got. And yeah, I'm really excited for the Insecticons coming up. Also, one other mention here. I like how kickback here I mentioned in his review that his wings give him a lot of extra height, makes him feel more substantial than, because he's a deluxe, makes him feel a lot more substantial, like close to a Voyager height. Where this guy, he feels like he has that Voyager mass because of the big mandibles and just the way how he feels. Like, I like how these guys really feel like really good deluxe class figures. Here he is with the Legends class Shrapnel, and yeah, it's definitely an upgrade.
If you ever come near my son again...
Now let's get into Shrapnel's transformation. And now taking a look at Shrapnel in his little stag beetle mode, or at least what I assume it is. To me, it just looks like a brick. All the up-close details look nice. I mean, a lot of the stuff that carried over from the robot mode is now present here, only I like how the red and silver here is a little more prominent, combined with the yellow and the blue, and the purple gives this guy a very nice little color palette. So even though this guy is a brick and he barely does anything, at least there still is a lot of great detail on him. Because, it's not like he's going to do much else other than look pretty.
Am I a pretty girl?
And of course, the mandibles are also put on display here, and they are, in fact, blast effect compatible. So you can have all kinds of fun with that. And as for posability, he does have the hinges here at the mandibles, which do close in farther and can open up pretty wide. And that's it. As for weapon storage on this mode... And here is Shrapnel compared next to his partner in crime, Kickback. These comparisons are a little heavy on the electrons. Totally nailed that Transformers reference. And then here he is compared next to the little Legends Class 1. Obviously, the Legends Class 1 probably has the better alternate mode in terms of, it actually looking like a bug, but this one wins over in terms of overall detail and also just being more accurate to the cartoon. Again, it just depends on personal preference. And that is basically it for my review on the Transformers Legacy Evolution Insecticon Shrapnel. Not Scrapnel, Shrapnel. And yeah, I do really like how this figure turned out. I think he does the job that he set out to do. He's an accurate Insecticon, and I love that he's in the deluxe class size. The paint looks fine, the alt mode is fine, and posability's pretty good. Like, this guy, what you see on the packaging, what you see is what you get. Again, even though the bug mode is just a brick, at least it's fully detailed, and I mean, it is accurate to G1 and the original toy and cartoon, so there's not really much to critique on there, just that it looks good. And also that this can be categorized as a Transformer. I mean, it transforms. It's done its job. And yeah, that is basically it for this review. Very simplistic opinion, but that's basically how this figure is. He's very simplistic, but there's a elegance to his simplicity. He's a good figure because he just does what is advertised. He doesn't need to be some big, super duper hydrodynamic, super articulated, highly detailed figure. He just looks like Shrapnel, he transforms like Shrapnel, and he's just as fun to play with as Shrapnel. So yeah, if I had to give this figure a rating, I give him a very solid 9 out of 10. I do feel like the accessories are a little lackluster, and I do still feel like he could have used a little bit more bells and whistles to his articulation or something, especially with how simplistic his transformation was. Feels like they could have gone a little crazier with the articulation, but that's all I have to say about this figure. If you guys enjoyed the review, give me a like on the video, comment down below what you guys think, subscribe to the channel for more Transformers and action figure content, and I'll catch you guys next time. Wow, I made it through an Insecticon review without making a single bug joke. Hope that doesn't bug anybody.